What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another adventure here at the Outpost. We've got the Mos Eisley shirt on today. We're in the cantina, and we're rocking back with another video. In today's video, we're continuing on with that spectacular movie collection of mine, and we are doing the letter J. So we're not even going to rock into it. Forget the intro. We're moving on. We're going right into it, starting with our DVDs. And we got a plethora of good stuff for you tonight, starting with J. Edgar. It's a plethora of a good DVD, but it is not a good movie. Not a fan of this. It's one of my least favorite Clint Eastwood directed movies. Probably one of my least favorite Leonardo DiCaprio movies as well. We've got everyone's lovable family classic, Jack Frost. Can't go wrong with that bad boy. We got Jack the Giant Slayer. So this once in theaters. It was silly as shit, but it's got Ewan McGregor, so we're always down for it. We've got The Jackal, Bruce Willis back when he was a reliable theatrical release guy. Richard Gere. This is a pretty solid thriller. I only saw it the one time, probably a handful of years ago now, but I remember really enjoying this movie. And then we got the three-movie classic. Dropping shit everywhere. The three-movie classic. We got Jackass the movie, #2, and Jackass 3D. I grew up on Jackass. I fucking love Jackass. It's one of my favorite things in the world. Johnny Knoxville and his band of miscreants will always, always, always be hilarious to me. We got Jackie Brown. This is one of the unsung Quentin Tarantino movies. It kind of gets lost in the shuffle compared to the rest of his stuff, but this is a really, really good movie of his. We've got the 8-film set Jackie Chan collection. It has got 8 wondrous Jackie Chan movies. What do we got on here? We got Operation Condor, Operation Condor 2, Dragon Lord, Twin Dragons, Project A, Project A 2, Super Cop, and The Accidental Spy. It's incredible. I've only ever seen out of these the Operation Condor movies, the first Project A and Super Cop, and they are fucking phenomenal. I'll get around to the rest of them, Jackie, I promise. You're a fucking legend, man. Never change. We got Jacob's Ladder. This is a mind fuck of a movie. Very fucking bizarre. We got Jagged Edge, another little thriller. Never seen it. We got The January Man. I actually just watched this recently when I was trying to do an A to Z challenge of thrillers in my collection that I haven't seen. And this is one of the worst movies I think I've ever seen in my life. Having this through. Look at this cover. Like, this sets it up like this looks like a thriller to you. Even on the back, it says it's a thriller. And then you watch it, and it doesn't know what it wants to be. It's a thriller one moment. It's a fucking comedy suddenly out of nowhere. I should have known when you put Kevin Kline in it that you were up to something. This is a movie that has to be seen to be believed because it is that fucking bad. We got Jarhead, fucking fantastic movie. This movie's fucking great. Jake Gyllenhaal, Jimmy Fox, right? Yeah, Jimmy Fox, Chris Cooper, fucking great war movie. Jason X. Yeah, that's a movie. I used to watch this all the time when I was in high school. The scene where he comes upon the artificially created room, and there's the 2 teenagers like smoking weed and like getting naked, and they're like, "Come play with us, Jason." And then like the next scene, he's like got one in a sleeping bag and just bashing her against like the tree trunk. That's gold. That's gold right there. Oh, coming along. We skipped right over the first one. We'll get to that first one later, but who needs it right now in the DVD collection? Because we got Jaws 2, but we also got Jaws 3. And hold on to your horses, because it's revenge time. Jaws 4. I think Jaws 2 is the only one that actually tried to make a somewhat decent sequel. Failed miserably, but it's the best that you were gonna get out of if you want to do another Jaws movie. This one is silly as shit. This one is the funniest movie of all time. It is absolutely hilarious. This is another movie that needs to be seen to be believed because it's that fucking out of control. It's hilarious. Although I will say for this movie, Jaws 4: The Revenge, when I watched it as a kid, I was terrified to go on banana boats for a little while after this movie. So It got the scares somewhere. What else? We got The Jazz Singer. Never seen it. There we go, move those over. We got Jeepers Creepers and Jeepers Creepers 2. I've only ever seen these movies once each. They're fine. They're fine little horror movies. The director is apparently a piece of shit. Absolutely horrific fucking person, but you know, not that you can really hold that against them when you're watching a movie. So many people put into making a movie, it becomes more than the sum of its parts, but definitely puts a little bit of a stain on these bad boys. We got Jennifer 8. Looks like a neat little thriller. Never seen it. We got Jennifer's Body, another little thriller. This is a fucking silly ass movie. I do enjoy it though. It has its moments. Jerry Maguire. It's a fucking classic. What can't be said about Jerry Maguire that hasn't already been said? Movie's a fucking, it's a phenomenal movie. Show him the fucking money. Just show it to him. Probably the best anyone's ever treated Cuba Gooding Jr. We got Jersey Girl. It's a fine little rom-com. We've got The Jewel of the Nile, the sequel to Romancing the Stone. Romancing the Stone obviously is the better movie here. This one is not terrible. It has its moments. Definitely though pales in comparison to its counterpart and the better adventure movies that have been out there with this. We got JFK, fucking powerhouse movie. Probably the best movie Oliver Stone has ever made. It's probably up between this and Platoon. I like this one a little bit more just because I really like the subject matter. Not that I should say I really like it. It's super interesting to me. So this movie was bound to hit the mark for me. Also, fucking Kevin Costner. Like, of course. Kevin Costner, I'm in. We got Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius. It's classic. It's classic. Grew up on Jimmy Neutron. Always got a soft spot for that bad boy. Keep it going. Joe Dirt. Motherfucking Joe Dirt, man. This movie is an absolute classic. It's one of my favorite comedies. I know it's dumb as shit. I don't care at all. It's the sweet spot. I fucking love this movie. We got Joe versus the Volcano. It's a neat little rom-com. We got John Carter. This is not as bad as people make it out to seem. This was a huge box office bomb when it came out. It's really not that bad. It's decent in spots. It's got its moments. It's not horrible. You could shave like probably 15-20 minutes off of the movie would help, but it's definitely not as bad as people made it out to seem. It shouldn't have cost as much money as it did, but you know, what are you gonna do? John Q, great drama. This fucking movie gets me every time. We got John Tucker Must Die. Fucking terrible. We got Journey to the Center of the Earth. Brendan Fraser, baby. What more do you need? Fucking classic right there. I've actually only ever watched it once, so I don't really know if it's a true classic. It's fine. I liked it when I saw it, but you know, Brendan Fraser, I'm always gonna champion. We've got The Joy Luck Club. Never seen it. We got Joyride. This is a neat little thriller. I liked this movie a lot when I was a kid. I used to watch it all the fucking time. It's like I guess it's like kind of like The Hitcher in a sense. It's solid. It's a good thriller. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm like very shocked because it's written by J.J. Abrams. Go figure. That man was fucking everywhere. Even when you didn't know who he was still pumping out stuff. We got Julie and Julia. Never seen it. We got the last of the DVD pile. We got Jumper. This is a neat little movie. It's not terrible. Definitely could have been a lot better, but it wasn't horrible. I like the concept a lot. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more out of it, but it was a neat little concept. Classic. One of my favorite Disney movies. I fucking love this movie. Excuse me. The original Jungle Book. This movie's an absolute classic. I can always watch this movie. I fucking love this movie. Jungle to Jungle. Very silly Disney movie. It's like so 90s it hurts, but it's great. Fucking Tim Allen. He's the man. We got Junior. It's probably my least enjoyable Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It's fine, but compared to everything else he's put out, this is just terrible. It's not great. Got Juno. It's fine. I only watched it like once or twice. I wasn't as obsessed with it as everybody else was. It's a good movie, but just not doesn't have much rewatchability for me. We got Just Cause. This is a solid thriller movie. Sean Connery, Lawrence Fishburne really fucking work well together. We got Just Friends. Fucking love this movie. You can watch this movie all the time. Great comedy from the 2000s. I always love watching it because it's like, it's not that long ago, but it's already like everything that happens in it. You're like, you can't do that today. Can't get away with that joke today. Nope, that wouldn't work. So I love this movie because it's back of a bygone era so quickly of non-PC jokes. So it has some like great gems in there. And last in the DVD pile is Just Like Heaven. It's a fine little rom-com. Nothing great. It's not the worst. It's not the best. It's just something you've seen. All right, now we're on to the Blu-ray 4K Steelbook collection pile, all that good stuff. The stuff you're actually here for. You're like, TJ, we're past DVDs. We want to see the new stuff. I gotcha. We got Jack Reacher Steelbook. I fucking love Jack Reacher. The TV show that just came out is really fucking good too. But, you know, I always have a sweet spot for my Tom. This is a really good fucking movie. The same cannot be said for the sequel. As much as I love Tom, as much as I love Kobe Smulders, this movie definitely didn't hit the mark. I read the book too, which never helps because the movie will never be as good as the book. But they deviate so much from the book material, and the book material is so freaking dancing good that this movie just didn't hit the mark. We got Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit. It's fine. I mean, got my Kevin Costner right in there, so I'm already in there. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's fine. Jason Bourne. Holy shit, it's Jason Bourne. That's probably the best part about this movie. It's a solid action movie, though. And then speaking of fucking solid action movies, you want to talk about some of the best action movies that have ever come out. You got John Wick. We got John Wick Chapter 2. We got John Wick 3, Parabellum. All of these movies are fucking incredible. I think I like the third one's got really great fucking action, but there's some spots at the end that I didn't like. I think probably from start to finish, best movie is probably number 2. And then 3 for its insane action. And then all these movies are really fucking good. Like, there's not a bad movie in this bunch. It's just what you like out of them. But I'm super excited for the next one. Unfortunately, we have Jack and Jill. But thankfully, I've never seen it. We got The Jerk, absolute fucking comedy classic from Steve Martin. It's one of my favorite movies. My dad showed me this movie when we were kids. Well, when I was a kid. I fucking loved it. We'd watch it all the time together. We got Johnny English Reborn. I've only ever seen the first one. Really silly, really stupid, but has its moments. Never saw the second one. We got Just Go With It. It's fine. Well, honestly, one of the better fucking post-2000s Adam Sandler movies to come out anyway, so. We got Just Married. It's a pretty terrible movie. I only saw it once in theaters when it first came out, and even then I was like, not great. We got Jobs. Never seen it. We got Judas and the Black Messiah. This is one of my favorite movies from 2021, I think it came out? Yeah, last February, a year ago, actually. Damn, look at that. This is a fucking great movie. Daniel Kaluuya, fucking phenomenal in this movie. Lakeith Stanfield also, two powerhouse actors. We got The Judge. Never seen it. We got Judy. It's fine. She's really good in it. The movie is just okay. And then we got Juice Steelbook. Haven't seen this movie yet. I really do want to watch it, so I got to get to it sometime. But you know what the deal is. There's so many movies, so little time. And then we got Just Mercy. It was a really, really good courtroom drama. Really enjoy this movie. I freaking love Michael B. Jordan also. I think he's a phenomenal fucking actor. We got the comedy Christmas classic, Jingle All the Way. This movie, I watch this movie every Christmas. I fucking love this movie. It cracks me up so much. It's just the perfect amount of cheese that you want on your movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger has never been cheesier, and that is such a compliment. Love that movie. We got the first Jumanji. Look at this steelbook, man. It's fucking incredible. Look at that. It's great. And then it's got the game inside. It's got the actual game inside it that you can do. This might be one of the best steelbooks in the game going. This movie's a classic. It's an absolute fucking legendary movie. Who doesn't love the first Jumanji at this point? And then we got the other ones. You know, you got Jumanji, what's this one? Welcome to the Jungle, and then Jumanji, The Next Level. I got this really cool steelbook for this one too. These are better than they have any right being. First one, I think I like a little bit more, just because the concept was newer, and you were more like, is this gonna work? Whereas this one, the only parts that I really actually like about it are Kevin Hart pretending to be Danny Glover. That was the best part. Not The Rock pretending to be Danny DeVito, because he did a fucking terrible job. Awkwafina did a much better job than he did pretending to be Danny DeVito. So this one has its moments. This one is like legitimately really good. It'll be interesting to see what the third one will be like now that the game has come into the real world. Hopefully it sticks the landing. We got Jersey Boys. It's a fine little musical. We have got Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. A little steelbook there. I think this movie is actually really good for what it is. It's not great. It's not out to reinvent the wheel. It's not going to be like a classic like the original. Nothing will ever top Jurassic Park, but I think this is as close as they've ever gotten to recreating the magic from that movie. This movie is garbage. And the trailer for the third movie is not leaving me hopeful that they're going to stick the landing. You got The Joker, an okay movie with a really, 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 really good performance in it. Joaquin Phoenix is fucking incredible. We've got this abomination. Yeah. And then we've got this movie that's a little less of an abomination. This movie is actually like a decent movie. It's still not great. It has no business being as long as it is. It is way too self-indulgent, but it is at least a coherent story. So there's that. Jojo Rabbit. Fucking phenomenal movie. I love this movie. This was one of my favorite movies from 2019. Taika Waititi, the dude can do no wrong. He's an absolute fucking powerhouse. We got Jane Got a Gun. It's a neat little Western. It's fine. It's got a great cast of characters in it, though. Natalie Portman, Ewan McGregor. You know me. Ewan McGregor's in it, I'm in. We've got the classic, the original, the one that spawned the incredible Jaws 4. And that's the original Jaws. One of the greatest movies of all time. This was a movie that introduced me to my love for Steven Spielberg. I'm fucking phenomenal. I watched this movie all the time as a kid. It's just so, it's so good. It's fucking it's a perfect fucking movie. It's just so good. Should be like mandatory viewing as a kid to watch that movie to understand the beauty of film, especially if you want to go start watching blockbusters and MCU movies and all that stuff, because without Jaws, nothing like that we have today would be around. So you got to pay your respect. You got to watch your film history. We've got the remake of The Jungle Book, and for good measure, we've got the steelbook version of the remake of The Jungle Book. That's right, I have two, because I really like this slipcover. I think this was the one that I originally had. I had this slipcover for the longest time, and I really liked it. It's really cool. And then suddenly, my Best Buy not too long ago had this fucking steelbook version of it too, and the steelbook is fucking incredible. Look at that. I like this movie a lot. I think this is one of the best live action remakes that they've done, simply because they didn't just try and remake the original. Like, they got rid of most of the songs, which is what I wanted them to do with The Lion King, and they kept it like as intense of a movie as they could. Like, Shere Khan is fucking great in this movie. Idris Elba as Shere Khan is fucking great. The biggest part where this movie falters for me is when they go meet King Louie and they make Christopher Walken sing a song. We're just like, come on, get rid of that shit. We don't fucking need it. Other than that, this movie's phenomenal. And then we got The Jungle Cruise. Was not a fan of this movie at all, but I saw it in theaters, so I had to pick it up. I was gonna get that Steelbook, but it was like $30-something, so it was like absolutely fucking not. So we just picked this one up to have in the collection. If I come across the Steelbook someday and it's cheap, I'll pick it up. But for right now, we're rocking with this bad boy. And then last in our collection for Jay is the Jurassic World 5-movie collection. A little insulting to me that it's the Jurassic World 5-movie collection. It should be the Jurassic Park 5-movie collection because that's the fucking OG. That's the fucking king right there. It's got all 5 of the Jurassic World movies. I hung on to my own copies of Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom because the Jurassic World with the slip cover was really nice. And then, of course, the Steelbook I'm not going to get rid of because I got to collect those Steelbooks. But I got this bad boy because I wanted the first 3 movies in 4K. Obviously, they look fucking fantastic. I fucking love it. And now, of course, after I got this, I saw that they announced that, like, apparently this summer they're releasing 1, 2, and 3 in, like, single slips. So, gonna have to dip back in on that. But only the original 3. I think they're doing all 5, but I'm only getting the original 3 because their ones especially looked fucking great. So you're gonna have to dip back in on that. But that's the J collection. Not as many movies as you normally would get. J is a letter that does not have many titles usually to its name. But for what I got, I think I got pretty wide selection of choices on there. But let me know down in the comments what you got in the J selection. Let me know what you like. Like what good movies in J do you got? Did you like Jungle Cruise or didn't you like Jungle Cruise? I seem to be the person that was the odd man out because when that movie came out, everybody was talking about how it was a good, fun adventure movie, and I was like super excited going into it, and I was like, this is what they're all fucking talking about. These people are on drugs. And then everyone kept saying how good it was, so I thought maybe it was me. But I watched it again since it came out when I bought it here to double check, and I was like, nope, that movie is crap. It's crap. But anyway, guys, you let me know down below what you like. You probably won't. I don't ever get comments, but that's cool. I don't really care. I just do these for the fun of it because what the fuck else am I going to do with my time some days? But until that next video, you have been you. I have been me. These have been movies. And go watch something. Go on. What do we got coming out this week? Studio 666 is coming out. Foo Fighters, baby. Go see it. They need your income.